After 10 months of being locked in a tense standoff, multiple rounds of diplomatic and military level talks later, the Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has now announced that India and China have started the process of disengagement along the line of actual control. The minister has said that both China and India have agreed to mutually disengage troop activity. The disengagement has already started along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh on the north and south banks of the Pangong Tso Lake. Rajnath Singh reiterated, and I'm quoting, "Not an inch of land has been ceded."
पर पीस एंड ट्रैंक्विलिटी में किसी प्रकार की प्रतिकूल स्थिति का हमारी बायलैटरल टाइज पर बुरा असर पड़ता है। इससे चीन भी अच्छी तरह से अवगत है। कई हाई लेवल ज्वाइंट स्टेटमेंट में भी यह जिक्र किया गया है कि एलएसी तथा सीमाओं पर पीस एंड ट्रैंक्विलिटी कायम रखना बायलैटरल रिलेशन के लिए यह अत्यंत आवश्यक है। हमने यह स्पष्ट कर दिया है कि यह अत्यंत आवश्यक है कि एलएसी के सभी फ्रिक्शन पॉइंट पर डिसएंगेजमेंट किया जाए ताकि पीस एंड ट्रैंक्विलिटी पुनः स्थापित हो सके। 3 सिद्धांतों के आधार पर इस समस्या का समाधान हम चाहते हैं। फर्स्ट, दोनों पक्षों द्वारा एलएसी को माना जाए और उसका आदर किया जाए। सेकंड, किसी भी पक्ष द्वारा यूनिलैटरली स्टेटस को बदलने का प्रयास नहीं किया जाए। थर्ड, सभी समझौतों का दोनों पक्षों द्वारा पूर्ण रूप से पालन किया जाए। मेरी अभी तक की जानकारी के अनुसार जो समझौता हुआ है उसका क्रियान्वयन अभी तक, मैं फिर से दोहरा, अभी तक ठीक तरीके से हो रहा है। अभी तक दोनों तरफ से सारी बख्तरबंद गाड़ियां अपने परमानेंट बेस पर वापस जा चुकी हैं। मैं इस सदन को पुनः आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं कि इस बातचीत में हमने कुछ भी खोया नहीं है।
The PLA troops will be present in the North Bank area to the east of Finger 8, while the Indian troops would be stationed at their permanent base at Dhan Singh Thapa Post near Finger 3, which is the original position before April 2020. As far as the process of disengagement is concerned, tanks, howitzers and armoured vehicles are being pulled back by both sides. This will be followed by the withdrawal of the rival frontline troops from the friction points. Meanwhile, the Indian troops continue to hold strategic positions on the Ridge Hill in Chushul sector, stretching from Thakung to Gurung Hill and Rechin Mountain Pass, which was occupied between August 28 and August 30th. India-China tensions resurfaced in May last year. The row escalated with the Galwan Valley clash. With us on the broadcast is former Indian ambassador to China, Gautam Bambawale. Thanks very much, Ambassador, for sharing your time and perspectives. The process of disengagement has started, but the Defence Minister of India did mention in his address to the Parliament that there are outstanding issues. What is your assessment of the current situation at the LAC?
Thank you very much, Molly. It's a pleasure to be on your show. You're absolutely right. The disengagement process in eastern Ladakh has begun with a small subsector, which is that of Pangong Lake or Pangong Tso. It is going to be tested out. The detailed procedures which have been described by our Defence Minister, by Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh in Parliament, are to be tested out first here, and then they will be spread to other parts of eastern Ladakh so that disengagement takes place across the entire frontier in what is the western sector of the India-China boundary. Now, as far as the pullback of troops is concerned, as you rightly said, the Chinese will go back to their permanent base, which is known to us, which is east of Finger 8 on the north bank of Pangong Tso, to a place called Sirijap, whereas Indian troops will relocate to west of Finger 3 to our post, which is called Dhan Singh Thapa Post. What this basically means, Molly, is that the status quo ante as it existed before April 2020 has been restored in this small subsector of Ladakh. And if this is something which continues to happen across Ladakh, then I think that India will have achieved its intent of restoring the status quo ante as it existed before Chinese troops moved into these areas in early May of 2020.
Right, and that's a crucial if that you're talking about. Even after the claim that was made by China yesterday that the disengagement had started, there was an air of uncertainty. There is always a question mark over whether China will stick to its commitment. How optimistic are you that things will now move in a positive direction?
You're absolutely right there, Molly, because over the last 10 months, there has been an erosion of trust between India and China, between the two sides, between the two armies, between the two peoples, and indeed between the two governments. So verifying whether this disengagement process is proceeding as planned is a very important part of it. And we all remember that on June 15th of 2020 last year, it was exactly while verifying such a disengagement process that there was loss of life in Galwan. So this is indeed a very sensitive stage of the entire disengagement process. But I believe that now that both sides have signed on to such a detailed disengagement process that the Chinese will stick to it. We, of course, have to verify it. We do not trust, we verify first. And I hope that we see this disengagement, not just in the Pangong Lake area, but also in other parts of eastern Ladakh.
Right, and this, of course, is just the first step in resolving the tensions. Overall, there is a long road ahead. How do you see the relationship between the two sides shaping up now that the border tensions appear to be easing?
Yes, that's an excellent question, Molly. And let me start by saying that one of the things or one of the objectives that the Chinese obviously had when they moved such large numbers of troops into eastern Ladakh in early May of 2020 was that they were trying to indicate that they could unilaterally define the LAC between India and China. Our military reaction was to show them that this would not happen. And now that the status quo ante is being restored, I think the important point is that the Chinese seem to have understood that an LAC or even a boundary can only be drawn with the negotiation of both sides through discussions by both countries. So I think that's a very important statement which comes out through this disengagement process. But the fact that we need to define an LAC between the two countries is still the big task ahead. And then beyond that, of course, to define a boundary. So that is the difficult task which lies ahead after this disengagement process has taken place. But let me also add, if you permit me, a few more words, which is that in this particular case, I think what has happened is that India, the people of India, the government of India have shown their firm resolve and determination not to give in to military coercion, which was attempted by the Chinese PLA. And in addition, it was the Indian Armed Forces who not only showed the same resolve and determination, but also showed tremendous bravery in their deeds and in their actions. So all of this has led to the current disengagement process. We need to continue to show similar resolve and determination in the weeks and months ahead.
Ambassador Bambavali, appreciate very much, and thanks very much for joining us here on WION. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.